A drink package seems so simple. You pay one daily fee and you just get whatever you want, right? Anyone that's bought one, however, knows that there's much more to know before you drop literally hundreds of dollars on one of these offers. To help you out, I'll cover it all, including the fine print of what you'll wish that you knew about drink packages before you sail and if these packages are really worth it. After this, you'll know more about drink packages than even the bartender. First off, you should know that you should never pay full list price for the drink package. And if you wait until you're on the ship to buy, that is when it is most expensive. But cruise lines offer a discount for buying the drink package early. For instance, I have an upcoming celebrity cruise where the list price is about $105 per day, but it's on sale for $68 per day ahead of time. This is common across all the lines. They want you to buy well in advance so that when you board, you have had enough time to save up money and hopefully spend more on the ship than if you dropped hundreds of dollars on the drink package on the first day of the cruise. No matter, you want to take advantage of these deals as it's the most direct way to save when buying the package. Drink packages seem simple, but they actually come with a lot of fine print, starting with the fact that there are dollar caps on the drinks that you can buy. So just because you have the drink package doesn't mean that you can get anything that you want included. Each cruise line's cap is a little different, but it's typically somewhere around $15 per beverage. So if you head to the bar and there's a $12 menu priced cocktail, it will be included in the package. But what if there's an $18 drink? In that case, you're charged the price difference between the listed menu price and that price cap. So in this case, it's $3. You can think of the drink package as a $15 coupon or whatever the cap is off the price of the drink. While I've touched on the pricing of the drink package so far, I haven't mentioned gratuity, which is a massive chunk of what you'll pay. Drink packages are automatically charged a set gratuity percentage, usually around 18%, but some charge as high as 20%. So if you buy a drink package for $80 per day, you're actually going to pay $94.40. There's no getting out of the gratuity and it is not optional. But once paid, you don't have to worry about it anymore. When people normally go to the bar, they pay gratuity on the cost of the drink. So a $15 drink is actually closer to $18 when gratuity is added. With the drink package, however, you've already paid, so there's no gratuity to pay extra when you actually get the drink at the bar. If there's one piece of fine print that I think drives the most people nuts about the drink package, it's that if one person in the cabin buys a package, then everyone else has to buy it. I get lots of comments about this over on Cruzely.com, and frankly, rightly so. Often you'll have one person that wants the package and another who doesn't drink as much. In this case, it's essentially doubling the cost of the drink package for one person. The good news is, if there is a legitimate health reason, such as a wife that's pregnant or a person that's in recovery, then you can call the cruise line and ask about getting the drink package removed. For instance, when my wife went on a girls' trip with her disabled sister, she had to submit proof that her sister couldn't consume alcohol. If you're sailing with kids, they typically have to get the non-alcoholic package, and you really can't get out of that. I mentioned getting a discount on the drink package for buying early. That's the most direct way to save. But some cruise lines, they've rolled out all-inclusive offers on their cruises, and in many cases, these can be ridiculously good deals. With these offers, you pay a little more for the cruise and then you get a bunch of extras included. In some cases, it can include your daily gratuities, Wi-Fi, certain meals, and yes, the drink package. But when you start backing out the costs of those extras, it leads to the drink package being relatively cheap. As one example, Princess offers the Princess Plus package for about $60 per day. It includes gratuities, Wi-Fi, a drink package, and a lot more. Now, when you back out the cost for just the gratuity and the internet service, the drink package costs barely anything. You likely know that the drink package only works when you're on the ship. When you're in port, you can't use it. That is, unless you are in a private destination and the cruise line allows the package to be used at that port. The best example of this is Royal Caribbean's Coco Cay. There, if you have the drink package, you can use it on shore just like you do on the ship. Norwegian doesn't let you use it at Harvest Key in Belize, but it does work on Great Stirrup Key in the Bahamas. Surprisingly, Carnival, known for offering a lot of value, does not let you use the drink package at its private destinations. This includes it not working at Celebration Key, the new destination they're building in the Bahamas. That means if you're headed to one of these private spots, then you want to check if it offers the ability for the drink package to work on shore. If it does, it's a big boost to the value. If not, it's a big drawback. Yes, you can always return to the ship and drink, but otherwise, you've got to pay out of pocket while on land. The big draw to the drink package is obviously the wine and the beer and the cocktails that are included. Those are pricey, and it's where you'll get the most value out of buying this package. But let's not forget that non-alcoholic drinks, those can add up as well. They can be a considerable chunk of what you'll pay. A soda on the ship costs $3 plus gratuity. Bottles of water are about the same cost. Then there are things like juice and specialty coffees that can cost even more. Drink a few of these a day and it can quickly add up. Now, if you're primarily drinking non-alcoholic drinks, then there's no way that you're going to get your money's worth with the alcoholic drink package. But it's something that you want to factor in when you're doing the math on whether or not to buy. When you're trying to figure out whether or not to buy the drink package, it really comes down to the math. Are you going to drink enough drinks each day to make the cost worth it? And yes, that's the main thing that you should focus on when deciding whether or not to get the package. But there are some extra values that come from having the deal that you should also consider. First, there's value in not having to worry about a bill at the end of the cruise. You buy the package and you know exactly what you have spent, no matter how much you drink. You don't have to weigh the value of buying another drink while enjoying the night out. If you want it, you get it, and there's no regret when you check your onboard spending the next morning. There's another perk, and that's the ability to try new things. Say you want to try a new cocktail. That's a pretty expensive risk if you end up not liking it. If you have the drink package, there's simply no risk with it. You can literally pour it out and order something else if you want. Buy the drink package and get whatever you want included with the drink, right? Of course, it cannot be that simple. There's all sorts of fine print about what's included and what's not. The good news, if you head to the bar, then most things are going to be included in the package. So step right up and have a drink. You do want to remember that price cap that I mentioned before, but most menu pricing keeps this limit in mind. However, there are spots around the ship where the package will not work. For instance, buckets of beer aren't included. Neither are souvenir drinks like the ones sold in take-home glasses. If you order room service, those drinks usually aren't covered, and neither are minibar items. The good news is that for most people, the restrictions, they're not that much. Like I said, you head to a bar and you're good. If getting something outside of a bar, however, it's likely not included. Okay, so the big question everyone has is if the drink package is worth it. The short answer is, it depends. The full answer is that I'd venture that if you're paying full price for the package, then you're unlikely to get your money's worth. Now, there are all sorts of caveats to this. First, you know what sort of drinker you are. If you're someone that isn't on vacation without a drink in your hand, then yes, you are likely to want the package. If headed on a short cruise, then you are more likely to be able to keep the pace up enough to make it worth it in drinking each day. Longer cruises make it more difficult to drink that much every day of the cruise. If you get a solid discount or you buy one of the all-inclusive packages, then the math can definitely shift in your favor. This is where I've done the drink packages before. What I like to tell people is if you are excited when you hear that you can buy a drink package, then the odds are pretty good that you're going to make it worth your while. If you're on the fence about it or you have no opinion, it's going to be less likely that you'll drink enough to make up for the cost. I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions about drink packages, if it's worth it, or anything else about them, go ahead and put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. As well, if you like this video, then I hope you'll subscribe, as Cruzely's channel is almost 100,000 subscribers. You can always find more on drink packages, including a drink package calculator to help you figure out the math at Cruzely.com. I've also put a link in the description below. Until next time, happy sailing.